Dilraba Dilmurat is one of the most recognizable faces in the world, a superstar celebrated for her stunning beauty and meteoric rise. But behind the glamorous photo shoots and blockbuster dramas lies a far more complex story of struggle, controversy, and survival. Her journey is a gripping saga in 3 parts, from a gifted young dancer in a remote province to a national sensation, through a trial by fire where she navigated political scandals and terrifying personal threats at the height of her fame. Now, she stands as a powerful industry force fighting for control of her own empire. This is the story of the immense pressures and the quiet resilience of a global icon. For more deep dives into the stories that shape modern stardom, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. In the far western city of Urumqi, the capital of Xinjiang, Dilraba Dilmurat was born into a world steeped in art. Her family, of Uyghur heritage, was a part of the local artistic community, and from a very young age, Dilraba was surrounded by music and performance. Her father was a singer in a local troupe, and the vibrant culture of her people, with its rich traditions of dance and storytelling, became the backdrop of her childhood. It was dance that first captured her heart. She was a natural, moving, with a grace that seemed beyond her years. Her family encouraged this passion, seeing in her a spark of talent that deserved to be nurtured. This early training was more than just a hobby. It was a rigorous education in discipline and expression, instilling in her the work ethic that would define her future career. She spent years perfecting her craft, her life revolving around the demanding rhythms of practice and performance. While she was a gifted dancer, a different kind of stage began to call to her. The world of acting, of creating characters and telling stories through performance, held a powerful allure. To pursue this dream seriously, she knew she had to leave her home and compete on a much larger stage. Her ambition led her to one of the most prestigious performing arts schools in the country, the Shanghai Theatre Academy. This move was a monumental leap of faith. It meant leaving the familiar world of Xinjiang for the bustling, highly competitive environment of Shanghai, a city that was the beating heart of China's entertainment industry. At the academy, she was no longer just a talented girl from a distant province. She was one of many aspiring actors, all vying for a chance to shine. The training was intense, pushing her to hone her skills and expand her understanding of the craft. She immersed herself in her studies, learning to build characters, command a stage, and connect with an audience not just through movement, but through emotion and dialogue. In 2013, her hard work paid off when she landed her first major role, the lead in the television drama Honorhan. The series was set in her home region of Xinjiang, and her heritage gave her a unique connection to the story. Playing the title character was a significant responsibility for a newcomer, but she delivered a performance that caught the attention of critics and audiences alike. This debut was a crucial first step, proving she had the presence and ability to carry a production. The following year, her career began to gain serious momentum. She was cast in a supporting role in the fantasy epic Swords of Legends, a drama that would become a massive hit. While her part was not the largest, the show's immense popularity meant that millions of viewers saw her on screen, and her distinct beauty and on-screen charisma made her stand out. The real turning point, however, came in 2015 with the romantic comedy Diamond Lover. In the series, she played Gao Wen, a sassy, glamorous, and often hilarious pop star. The character was a scene stealer, a complex mix of diva-like behavior and surprising vulnerability. Dilraba embraced the role with a comedic timing and confidence that captivated audiences. She was no longer just a pretty face. She was a dynamic performer who could be both funny and touching. The public fell in love with her portrayal, and the industry took notice. For her work in the drama, she received the Audience's Favorite Newcomer award at the China TV Drama Awards, a clear signal that she had officially arrived. This role established her as a rising star with immense commercial appeal and a dedicated following. If Diamond Lover was the spark, 2017 was the explosion that launched her into the stratosphere of fame. She was cast as the fox spirit princess Bai Fengju in the fantasy blockbuster Eternal Love. The drama became a cultural phenomenon, smashing viewership records and dominating social media discussions for months. Her character, a lovelorn and mischievous immortal, was a fan favorite. Dilraba's performance was widely praised for capturing Fengju's playful innocence and her deep, unwavering devotion. Her chemistry with her co-star also created one of the show's most beloved storylines. Eternal Love turned Dilraba from a rising star into a household name across China and even internationally. Her image as Fengju became iconic, cementing her status as a leading actress in the highly popular fantasy genre. Capitalizing on this incredible wave of popularity, she made a savvy career move by joining the cast of Keep Running, one of China's most popular variety shows. This was a chance for the public to see the person behind the characters. On the show, she participated in games and challenges with a down-to-earth and often goofy charm that was completely different from her polished, glamorous image as an actress. Viewers saw her as hardworking, good-natured, and genuinely funny. This exposure was invaluable. It broadened her appeal far beyond the audience for television dramas, making her relatable and beloved to a massive, diverse viewership. Her time on Keep Running solidified her place not just as an actress, but as a major celebrity. But with this new level of intense fame came the first waves of deeper scrutiny. As her star ascended, some critics and online commentators began to question whether her acting skills were truly on par with her immense popularity. A difficult challenge that would follow her as she continued to navigate the pressures of being one of the most visible figures in Chinese entertainment. Riding the massive wave of success from the previous year, Dilraba Dilmurat entered 2018 not just as a popular actress, but as a true industry heavyweight. She was no longer just a contender, she was a queen on the chessboard of Chinese entertainment. This new status was cemented with leading roles in major productions. In the historical drama The Flame's Daughter, she carried the series as the fiery and resilient protagonist, a role that drew in huge viewership numbers. Her star power was undeniable, and brands were lining up to make her the face of their products. From local beverage companies to international luxury houses, her image was everywhere, a testament to her immense commercial value. She reached an even greater peak in 2020 by reprising her most iconic role in Eternal Love of Dream, this time as the main character. The series was a blockbuster hit, proving that her appeal was lasting and that she could successfully headline a major franchise. She had reached the pinnacle of fame, a position that offered incredible rewards, but also exposed her to a new level of intense and often unforgiving scrutiny. This new era of superstardom brought with it challenges that transcended typical celebrity gossip. In late 2018, she found herself at the center of a major international incident. The Italian luxury brand Dolce Gabbana, for whom she served as a brand ambassador, released a series of video advertisements that were widely condemned as racist and deeply offensive to Chinese people. The ads featured a Chinese model struggling to eat Italian food with chopsticks, a portrayal that was seen as patronizing and reliant on crude stereotypes. As public outrage exploded across China, all eyes turned to the brand's high-profile Chinese ambassadors. Dilraba's response was swift and decisive. Through her studio, she announced the immediate termination of her contract with the company. It was a powerful statement. She publicly severed ties with a prestigious global brand, sacrificing a lucrative deal to stand in solidarity with her country and her people. This move earned her widespread praise at home for her patriotism, but it was also her first major trial by fire in the complex arena, where celebrity, commerce, and national politics collide. It was a clear sign that at her level of fame, every decision could have far-reaching consequences. The pressures were not just political, they were intensely personal. The constant public gaze that fueled her fame also created a dangerous lack of privacy. This threat became terrifyingly real during a live broadcast in 2020. As she stood on stage promoting a product, a man from the audience suddenly rushed past security, knelt before her, and attempted to propose, holding out a ring. The shocking moment was captured on camera, her expression of stunned fear visible to millions. Security eventually intervened and removed the man, but the incident sent a chill through her fan base and the industry. It was a stark reminder of the vulnerability of public figures and the frightening potential of obsessive fan behavior. Her personal life became a subject of relentless speculation. After she starred alongside actor Hwang Jing-yu in the 2020 drama Love Designer, rumors of a secret romance began to swirl. The gossip was fueled by grainy paparazzi photos and endless online analysis of their every interaction. The speculation grew to include rumors of a secret marriage and even a child. Despite the intensity of these claims, Dilraba maintained a firm public silence, refusing to confirm or deny anything. Her life became an open book that others wrote in, a constant battle to maintain a semblance of a private self while living under a microscope. Her very identity became a point of contention. As a prominent figure of Uyghur ethnicity, she had long been celebrated for her unique beauty and cultural background. However, this heritage placed her in an incredibly sensitive position amid rising international tensions over the Xinjiang region, when global fashion brands began boycotting cotton sourced from Xinjiang due to allegations of forced labor. A massive nationalist backlash erupted in China. Celebrities were expected to pick a side. In this charged environment, Dilraba made a public declaration of her support for Xinjiang cotton. It was a move that aligned her with the official government stance and was widely applauded by her domestic audience. Yet, internationally, it was viewed through a much more critical lens, highlighting the impossible tightrope she and other Uyghur celebrities were forced to walk, caught between their ethnic identity, national allegiance, and global careers. Even as she navigated these immense pressures, the professional challenges continued. The debate over her acting ability persisted as a constant undercurrent to her success. For every hit drama, there were critics and viewers who claimed her performances were one-dimensional, or that she was carried by her beauty rather than her talent. This ongoing criticism was a source of professional difficulty, a shadow that questioned the foundation of her artistic career. Furthermore, the very fan base that formed the bedrock of her power also created its own set of problems. Her followers were fiercely loyal and protective, but this passion sometimes manifested as intense pressure. They would publicly call out production teams for what they perceived as poor costuming choices or inadequate promotion for her projects. This vocal advocacy could create a contentious environment, complicating her professional relationships and placing her in the middle of disputes between her supporters and her collaborators. The period between 2018 and 2021 was therefore a profound paradox. She had more power, fame, and wealth than ever before. Yet, she was also more besieged, facing a constant barrage of controversies, political entanglements, and personal intrusions that tested her resilience at every turn. Entering the year 2022, Dilraba Dilmurat stood as a figure who had not only survived the tempest of controversy, but had seemingly emerged with her star power intact, if not strengthened. She continued to command the screen in major projects, most notably in the fantasy drama The Blue Whisper, where she played a powerful spiritual master. The series was another rating success, reaffirming her status as a reliable draw for large-scale productions. Her reign in the world of high fashion also continued without interruption. As a global ambassador for luxury giants like Dior, she remained a constant, elegant presence at international fashion weeks and on the covers of prestigious magazines. Her commercial value was as high as ever, a solid foundation of bankability that seemed unshakable. Yet, the challenges she faced began to shift. The controversies became less about public missteps or political landmines, and more about the intricate, high-stakes politics of her own career and the massive industry machinery that surrounded her. The inner workings of this machinery were thrown into sharp relief in 2024 with the troubled production of her upcoming drama, Love on the Turquoise Land. The project, a significant investment with high expectations, ground to a halt before it could even get started. The cause was a notoriously sensitive issue in the Chinese entertainment industry, a billing fight. The question of which actor receives top billing, whose name comes first in the credits and on the promotional materials, is far from a simple matter of ego. It is a public declaration of status, a reflection of an actor's current standing and influence, and it directly impacts their future opportunities and endorsement deals. Reports emerged of an intractable dispute between her camp and that of her male co-star over this crucial top spot. The standoff became so severe that it created uncertainty and instability, reportedly causing some of the project's key investors to pull their funding. The incident laid bare the immense pressures at the top, where an actor is not just an artist, but a brand whose market value must be fiercely protected at all costs. This growing sense that the apparatus around her might not be serving her best interests was amplified by a seemingly minor but revealing incident in early 2025. While traveling in Japan, her passport was lost. It was eventually found by a netizen who then posted about it online. While the safe return of the document was a relief, the event quickly spiraled into a major topic of discussion on social media. The public outcry was not directed at her, but squarely at her management team. Fans and critics alike questioned how such a critical personal document could have been misplaced. It was seen as a sign of carelessness and incompetence on the part of her staff. This single event fed into a larger narrative that, perhaps, the team that had guided her rise was no longer equipped to handle the complexities of her superstar status. It fueled a growing sentiment among her supporters that she needed to take more direct control over her own affairs, both personal and professional. This sentiment culminated in the most significant speculation to surround her career in 2025. The rumor that she was preparing to leave her longtime agency, Jaywalk Studio, upon the expiration of her contract. This is a well-trodden path for top-tier celebrities in China. After reaching a certain level of success and influence, many choose to break away from the agencies that discovered them to establish their own independent studios. Doing so grants them complete autonomy over their careers, from choosing projects to managing their own finances and public image. The rumors of her impending departure signaled a major potential turning point. It suggested she was ready to transition from being a valuable asset of an agency to becoming the chief executive of her own brand. The move would represent the ultimate step in securing her power and legacy. But it also came with immense risk. She would be leaving the established structure that had supported her for years to navigate the treacherous waters of the industry on her own terms. Her future became a subject of intense industry analysis, with every sign and signal being interpreted for clues about her next move. Throughout this period of professional evolution, the relentless hum of speculation about her personal life continued in the background. The unconfirmed and unaddressed rumors of her relationship status still circulated online, a permanent fixture of her public identity that she had learned to silently navigate. But these old stories were increasingly overshadowed by the much larger questions about her professional future. Her public image was subtly transforming. She was no longer just the beautiful actress in a hit drama or the celebrity caught in a controversy. She was now viewed as a formidable industry player, a woman on the verge of taking full control of her own empire. The challenges she faced were no longer about survival, but about strategy. The discussions about her were less about who she was dating and more about which business moves she would make next. As of mid-2025, Dilraba stood at a profound crossroads, with the entire industry watching and waiting to see if the star would become the master of her own universe. From the artistic communities of Xinjiang to the pinnacle of global celebrity, Dilraba Dilmurat's path has been one of extraordinary ascent and relentless challenge. She has weathered political storms, faced down personal threats, and navigated the treacherous currents of public opinion with a quiet fortitude. Her story is a testament to the immense price of modern fame, where every success is shadowed by scrutiny and every choice is a high-stakes gamble. Now, standing at a career crossroads, she is no longer just a star, but a formidable player poised to control her own destiny. Her next chapter remains unwritten, but it is sure to be her most defining yet. To follow her journey and get more untold stories, make sure you're subscribed.